Today we talk about the new Lisa Eldridge eyeshadow palette. It's called the Betty palette. And this is a very unusual palette from Lisa Eldridge. I feel like she always comes out with those super curated, elegant color stories. And now we get the purples. I had to try it also because I'm really more of like a collectionist of Lisa Eldridge eyeshadows. I really love her formula, but yeah, this is pretty unusual for our Lisa. And honestly, I was not gonna get this, but then I saw her video and she did this beautiful makeup look on one of her models, and yeah, I had to have it. And also, these are like two neutral everyday browns, and I feel like these are kind of lacking in her eyeshadow range. So I thought, why not go for the color of the season and also grab those brown eyeshadows. And yeah, I checked. The singles were not available when I placed the order. It's fine. I'll just bite the bullet and grab the whole palette
with my fingers, which gives much more attention.
Alright, I was looking at the tutorial again. Basically, she uses 3 shades, which is really interesting. I really like the contrast she did with the lavender and the brown, but we're just gonna get into it and I'm gonna recreate the look. Let me do some swatches first because I feel like that's a must for every palette. Now, I usually don't love Lisa Eldridge's the metallics because I feel like it's kind of more of a traditional metallic formula. It's not spangly, shimmery, glittery, and we have a bit moved on to these formulas now. However, they are still like elegant eyeshadows, and I feel like that's the whole thing about her. She really likes going for these polished looks that also look great on mature skin. One thing they taught me in makeup school is that on mature skin you don't want to go for too much shine, because light puts something in the spotlight while something matte is gonna make something disappear. So usually go for matte, but this is a type of formulation that looks good on mature skin as well. Let's get right into it. The first shade she goes for is Lavender Queen, which is this, it's almost like a toppery lavender. So it's interesting that she just starts with it, picks it up on a brush. Let's see how this goes on my brush. Just removing a tiny bit of foundation that went into my lines, and then just wipe this. So of course in her video she has those crazy beautiful lights on the model, so everything looks more vibrant. I am swiping this on for the 3rd time, and this is, I feel, where she went exactly with that. Why is my face itchy? I'm also gonna do that on the other eye. Of course, guys, I know this formula really well. I know this is not really properly a review. Like, I know the formula is great. I love working with it. We are not gonna find any duds, also because these are shimmer shades. There are no mattes, so we can't really see if something is patchy or not. It's just 6 shimmers. I just wanted to make this video so that you can see how like these colors are, or a normal person who is not a model. I feel like that changes a lot. I also wanted to play with it, so yeah. So this is Lavender Queen all over my eyes. And then she picks up this shade, which is called Prima Donna, which is this darker purple. I'm using the same brush, I don't really care. I'm using this at the other edges of my look. I feel like I need another brush actually. This is a bit too big. Same brush but smaller basically. And this will help me make this more like concentrated where I want it. It is giving some dimension. I do still prefer applying shimmers with my fingers. Yeah, because I feel like I am losing a bit of that like color payoff. I'm gonna go with the flat brush actually, so that I can control the placement better. Yeah, I feel like that's better. And then I will use that tapered brush to blend. But with this flat brush, I can really make sure that I am applying the amount of pigment that I want. Now, this said, there really isn't too much of a difference, except that this one is a tiny bit like darker, but it is framing my eyes, like it's creating a shadow, and that's what we want. It's not a matte, so you don't really have the effect that a matte has, which makes like your eye look contoured. It's gonna catch the light, so it will shine. However, since the color is a bit darker, it does give that kind of impression that it is like contoured. So that's why she used this here. Now, I would recommend, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but if I were to use this, not following her like look and trying this out for me, maybe in a more everyday setting, I would accompany it with some matte shades. Now she picked up, actually I will go for like an angled brush, except mine's are all dirty and black, but I will just use my Sigma switch. So she goes for this mulberry color, she calls it. This is a lot of fallout with the brush. This is called Posh, and it's this shade here, and it's a browny mulberry. Like I can see it's a brown, but it has some purple in it, and she places it almost like a eyeliner. Oh, you're not seeing anything here. Oh, that's so pretty. Yeah, it contrasts really well with the lavender shade, and since it is a bit more sparkly, it catches the light a bit better. Can you see that? I really like the effect. That's really what got me about the palette. This specific application, I think it's genius. Genius. She almost invented like electricity. Tesla level invention. And doing the same thing here. This has a lot of fallout. Of course, it's the brush, it's the formula, it's the combination of multiple things. Ah, I love how sparkly that is. It's so pretty. So she didn't use any eyeliner here, which is kind of a bummer for me. I love eyeliner. I cannot see myself without it. But anyways, she picks up Lavender Queen again, but this time with a finger, and just sweeps it here in the middle of the lid. Yeah, that definitely made a difference. But can you see compared to this eye? Yeah, I do prefer my fingers for her formula. Well, I knew it was pretty. I was not expecting it to look good on me. I don't know. And then I'm gonna use that, what's this shade? That Mulberry Posh shade on my lower lash line. I think it's a good idea not to use these purpley shades here on the lower lash line. She went for a more like nude coated eyeshadow. I think it's a good idea because it's close to your eye bags. So if you have purpley looking eye bags, using a purple eyeshadow there is probably gonna make your eye bags pop. So she went for a more nudish, still like mauvey looking shade, but it still creates dimension. This is it. This is the look. I'm gonna use a black eyeliner, line my waterline here to make my lashes appear fuller. I'm gonna apply a bit more of my blush. I'm gonna apply Wisp. This is the Skin Spark Cream Blush. I always mix blush and brush. It's the cream blush in the shade Wisp from Phytosurgeons. This is a purple blush. So yeah, these are super pigmented, so I just apply it on the back of my hand, just release a bit of that color and apply that again. My mascara just stamped everywhere. Blush applied. I'm just gonna try one of the new like lipsticks from MAC that I got. This is the shade Syrup in the Luster Glass formulation. So I saw a TikTok where this girl was like suggesting cool tone eyeshadow, cool tone lipsticks for fair skin, and this was one of them. So I bought it I'm just gonna try it. I'm using the Makeup Forever lip pencil in the shade Endless Cacao. So it should be like a cool toned pink. Let me swatch it next to Lisa. That's so pretty. It's a bit like deeper than I thought it was gonna be. But let's see. Oh, that's so pretty. It is a bit more like pinky than the eyeshadows, but really I still haven't found anything that goes with these purpley looks. I feel like anything I put on my lips I don't really love. Yeah, this is definitely pinker, but still a pretty shade. Let me know what you think. So this is the look with the Lisa Eldridge new Betty palette. This is limited edition, so if you want it, grab it. If you don't, you're not gonna care, but as of right now, this is still in stock. So I'm just telling you, if you're interested, you better do something about it. Lisa Eldridge never does sales, so you're better off entering in her, like, I think it's a loyalty program. You're gonna grab points and discounts as you go. I didn't really do anything with this like duochrome shade. Should I do something now that the look is done? I'm just gonna put it here. Ooh, wait, that's sparkly. I was not ready for that. I was not thinking it was gonna be sparkly. So I like that. So this one is like, it has a greeny to silvery shift, but since I applied that lavender shade before this one, it's only giving purple. Can you see that? That's pretty. I'm so purple coated today. This is also a new shirt I got. End of the video. Let me know in the comments what you think. Again, this a bit goes with this like purple trend we're seeing in the makeup world. I made a video on that, like trying on lilac makeup. I still am not sure if it fits me, if it goes well with my skin. I don't know if it's a bit too bright for me. I'm supposed to be a winter in personal color analysis, so bright it's not in my like vibes, but I really like the shade, and yeah, I'm excited about this palette. Thank you for watching the video. As always, if you enjoyed it, please remember to leave a sub. Why did I do that? Please remember to leave a sub. I really appreciate it, and it helps more than you can think, like more than you can think. And as always, I will see you in my next video. Have a good one. Bye!